Hey fellow asset builders, this is Leland Baptist, and today we're going to talk about something that's really important, a question I get often, and I think it's important to answer it because things are not always a one size fits all. With that being said, if you're looking to invest in real estate a smart way, but you're a total beginner, you're not really sure where or what to do next, this video is for you. All right, let's get started. So one of the easiest ways to actually invest in real estate, especially if you're like a total beginner, you don't know what you're doing, is actually just to invest in what's called a REIT. And that's just an abbreviation for a real estate investment trust, okay? Now these REITs, a lot of times you'll find them advertising on websites. You may even find them in Cash App, like actually the Cash App on your phone. Scroll through stocks. Basically what this is this is a stock market for real estate. Now here's the deal. There are a lot of benefits to doing this as far as ease to actually get some smaller amounts of money into the market, but you're not really going to get a lot of gains and you're not going to get any tax benefits. Okay, and we'll make future videos about why that is. The next one is if you are considered a accredited investor, and by accredited investor that means that you have a net worth of $1 million or your annual income is greater than basically $200,000 a year, right? If you're married, it's greater than about $300,000. If you're an accredited investor, then you could actually do a combination of syndications and REITs, where people basically will advertise different deals, and you'll invest in those deals normally through an accredited platform. The next one is rental properties. Now, rental properties, in my opinion, are probably the most popular, especially for people who are looking to get into real estate for passive income. Essentially, you're going to invest in a property. You're hoping to receive a regularly payment of cash flow. And of course, this is doable, and it may have a larger investment up front based on your ability to find creative deals or not. The next one is that of flipping properties. This is what you see all the time on HGTV. And believe it or not, this is probably the most volatile of them all, primarily because interest rates, mortgages, etc. And when prices go up or prices go down, people that are in the process of flipping homes could be caught kind of like with their pants down. The next one is that of passive syndications. Again, you are taking your money and you're basically handing your money over to a particular investment or particular asset, and you're investing with a group or hopefully other individuals that are quote unquote experienced or have more experience or that are quote unquote experts in that particular field, and you will receive a check either on a monthly, a lot of times quarterly or annual basis, depending on how well the asset does. If the asset doesn't do well, then you don't get any money. And we'll talk about that in another video, of course. The next one is that of flipping paper. Now, flipping paper is also known as wholesale real estate. I believe that this is actually one of the easiest ways to get into real estate to have the least amount of money invested and to get really a larger return in a shorter period of time. Now, the negative with wholesale real estate or flipping paper is essentially that there's basically like a low to no barrier of entry. Just about anyone can actually begin wholesaling or flipping paper. The other thing too to think about with this is the better your knowledge base is, the better your network, and the more likely that you're able to basically present yourself in front of deals and opportunities, you're going to be able to close more deals. And that's just kind of the way that how that works. I mean, the more activity you do, or the more people you can have do activity on your behalf, the better you're going to be. The next one is that of flipping a different type of paper, which is flipping mortgage notes. This is, I would consider this to be more intermediate or advanced, but essentially what you're doing is instead of flipping contracts, like for agreed contracts to sell or buy a property, i.e. wholesaling real estate, what you're actually doing here is you're flipping contracts, aka mortgages or mortgage notes, to individuals who want to purchase a mortgage and put it in their portfolio and typically hold on to it for a longer period of time. This is normally for people that are a lot more liquid in their investments and they understand the importance of diversification. But it's a great way, and there's lots of benefits. It's really great. So if you have, I would say if you have about $50,000 or so and you want to really diversify into something different that's outside of the stock market and that has the ability to give something a little bit more consistent than stocks, I would actually suggest that of flipping mortgage notes. And there's lots of vehicles that can help you do that tax-free. It's really good. The next one is that of house hacking. Now, this is one that honestly, as long as you're able to qualify for an FHA mortgage, it's very low to entry, okay? And this is basically just you have a house or a duplex, right? And you're willing to lease out the other side of that duplex. So if you live in one side, you're gonna lease out the other side. The benefit there, of course, is that you have someone that's paying your mortgage for you, right? Or hopefully that's paying your mortgage. And you're able to do something else with those discretionary funds. Now, the negative with this is that depending on the condition of the property, depending on where the property is located, it might attract a certain type of tenants. Depending on how high your rent is, you may or may not be able to have a professionally managed through like a property management company. So just keep that in mind. But for some people, it may be best to actually not make money on the house hacking, but have peace of mind of having a really good property manager there. A lot of times for house hacking, since it's your house and you live next door, you may end up being the property manager too, and so that could actually add some friction or confusion on the rental part, okay? And last but not least, this is one that you've probably seen a lot. This is Airbnbs or the ability to rent out rooms. So it's kind of either or, right? So Airbnb, of course, you can rent out a room, but you can also rent out for vacations or whatever else, temporary house temporarily, right? You can also do the same thing for people that are like, let's say traveling nurses, et cetera, where you can actually rent out a part of your home or sometimes your entire home. It won't be for a month-to-month basis. It's typically for whatever their assignment is, right? So that nurse may have to rotate between various hospitals throughout the month. And so they may stay 1 week at your property, and then the remaining weeks they may stay at another location or another city, right? If that's the case, then you are typically going to receive more money from that 1 or 2 weeks of them staying there in comparison to what you would normally receive from a traditional renter. The negative, of course, with this is that it can be very cyclical, and it's really based on the demand of that job and also the location of the hospital or the medical facility that they're working with. So there's some negatives there. Now, out of all the ones that I've listed, I will make more detailed videos to actually tell you exactly, boom, 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 the positives and negatives of each one. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're someone that has more time than you have money, then you're more likely to either do house hacking or that of flipping paper. If you're someone that has no time and you have no money, then you're better off literally opening up a Cash App on your phone, looking for some REITs, real estate investing trust companies that basically are selling stock, and buying their stock. You're not going to get much for it. A lot of times it's not that valuable on the market. I hate to say that, but if you want to get in real estate and you have like very little money and you have very little time, that's probably your best bet. Now, if you're someone that has more money than you have time, then looking at syndications and passive syndications where you're more of a partner that is just investing the money, then that's going to be more advantageous for you. And by doing that, you're going to have the ability to have hopefully passive income, right? If it's the right asset in the right market. But then you're also going to have access to larger tax benefits, okay? And that's really what it's all about. And if you're a little bit more advanced and you have a little bit more liquid, then I would actually tell you to look into mortgage notes, okay? Now, with that being said, I hope you guys found this valuable. Go ahead and, let me know, leave a comment, and I will talk to you on the next one. Peace.